What up, and welcome to Albino Rhino Music. And today we are going to tier list rank Queen albums.
I like when my mind can die because I get burned in the broad daylight. I'm just a fly down wider trying to get home.
Um, so again, I'm here with Matt and Michael. Our buddy Parrish was not able to make it with us for our Queen and Muse tier list when he was here with the Beatles in the game show. But if you didn't see the Muse tier list episode, um, you need to check out Matthew. He is a published author now. Go check out his book. It's called All We Have to Fear, right?
The only thing we have to
The
fear.
only thing we have to fear. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're a teacher. Obviously, you don't teach history.
Ah. And yeah, you should go get his book, and you definitely need to order it from the publisher.
Butterfly Bones, butterflybonesbookworks.com.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
ten short horror stories. Yeah.
Yep, great. It's awesome. It's gonna be awesome. I ordered mine, so I can't wait to read it and glaze matte. So here we are, uh, doing our Queen tier list. And we with our tier list, we have our tier list rankings from S being the our opinion of top tier best album, all the way down to D, S, A, B, C, and then D being the worst. So how it works is you have to, for conversation's sake and everything, you have to have at least two albums in S tier and then at least one in every other tier. So it forces an actual somewhat of a ranking as we tier list them as well. So we like to start. I like to go chronologically in order of their discography. So we're going to start with 1973's Queen, self-titled Queen, or now that after their second album came out, some people call this one Queen One. So I guess I'll start here. You know, to preface Queen, I guess, and my experience with them, I grew up knowing Queen, of course. My dad, like, he's a huge Beatles fan. He's a huge Queen fan. So he played a lot of when we'd go on family road trips and stuff. He would play Queen and stuff a lot. And so I knew like the big hits because he'd had like the best of album or whatever. So I knew like all the big songs. Another One Bites the Dust, Bohemian Rhapsody, Killer Queen, and just We Are the Champions and We Will Rock You, the ones that are in all the movies and stuff. You know that, but it really wasn't until I was in college. I went on a little like a men's retreat with my dad, and he played this best of Queen album, and it was like a 3 disc set, the gray album that's like the ultimate Queen collection. And it just had so many songs at the time I had never heard, and none of them are on this Queen, but I'm just on this first album. But I'm just saying, like, I fell in love with them then, and I realized, like, oh, this isn't just my dad's music. This band is talented, and they're really awesome,
Mhm.
and the guitar work is sick, and Freddie Mercury can sing, and the bass just drives and kills it at
Mhm.
times. And I guess because by that point in college, I'd played in bands, I'd done music, and so your mind changes from this isn't my dad's music. But it's funny, the Beatles always stuck with me from a young age, but Queen didn't until this road trip in college. But even then, when I loved them, I never went back and really listened to their first couple albums. So I guess I didn't really realize how heavily almost influenced it was, like early metalish like influence. Like not metal, it's not metal,
Mhm.
but it's like rockin' metally proggy, especially the next album gets more proggy. Um, Definitely has that vibe, and it's really cool. And I even had to Google as I'm listening to Queen, Queen One, some of the lyrics as you go to like the song Liar, which is freaking awesome. I mean, first off, Keep Yourself Alive is a banger of a song to open with, and the song Liar is really cool. Son and Daughter and the song Jesus all have very, very heavy religious undertones, and I was like, was Queen like playing like a Christian rock at first? And it was it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't when I
Yeah.
looked it up. I googled it because I was like, were they like wanting to
Yeah.
be Christian rock? Like what is happening?
Especially since Freddie does some Muslim stuff later on in
Right,
his life
right.
and stuff.
But it wasn't. It was more just like imagery and stuff that they were going for, I think, and that made it feel. I guess that probably made it feel like it had that rocky metal aesthetic to it too. But I loved this, and I'll be honest. I Besides the last song, Seven Seas of Rye, which I'd only heard on the next albums because I'd heard it with lyrics. This one doesn't have lyrics, it's really short. I don't think I'd ever heard this album. And I loved it. And I thought it was awesome. And I put it in A tier. I put it in A tier. I thought it was really cool. Matt, where are you putting Queen 1?
I put it in C tier, not because it was bad, but because I it sounded a lot like they were trying to be a lot like Led Zeppelin, honestly, at the time.
Yeah.
Comparatively speaking, I know that was the theme at the time, so it really sounded like we're a band. This is our first record, and this is what's in. I don't think they were necessarily trying to play what was in, but that was just the style,
Right.
And "Keep Yourself Alive" is amazing. It's on my classic rock playlist, routine of Queen.
Yeah.
It's in there. Love "Keep Yourself Alive." All the elements are there. All the elements are there. Freddie's singing, the guitar work, everything's there. But it just seems kind of generic. If that's too damnable thing to say.
I actually get it.
It seems kind of generic.
And again, I think that's kind of a common opinion. Like, people do really like this album, but it's like they hadn't found their self yet. And I think it would be interesting if I, like, 5 years down the road, looked at these albums again and what my thought would be, because some of me thinks, like, because I hadn't heard most of this and I was kind of surprised by the sound and I really dug it, that maybe made it A tier more than it might actually be more like a B tier album normally for me. I don't know.
It's C tier. It's not D because it's not trash. It's good. It's a good album.
Not D. I said B.
It's not great. Yeah. Nothing stands out too big. All the elements are there. It's like the ingredients for a tornadic storm. It's all the ingredients.
Yeah.
It's just not there. Yeah.
Sanders, what do you say?
This ended up being an A tier for me. I have a complicated relationship with Queen. Freddie Mercury is my number one vocalist of all time.
So amazing.
And Bohemian Rhapsody is my favorite song of all time. But in general, I don't really like Queen, and I'm not a huge fan of a lot of this kind of classic rock either.
Oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Yeah. But this first album, I ended up really enjoying, and particularly the 2024 mix. So
I listened to that too, and it made it better.
Yeah,
I listened to both to see what the difference was.
Yeah, and it's so much better.
I always listen to the more modern.
So like 9 years ago, so for the people listening to this, my background long ago is in music production. I recorded bands and produced music and stuff. I produced
By the way, Sanders is a super talented producer.
So good. He
really is. Stuff on the side, you should still. He is. He is great.
Dude, when Sanders was 20 years old, 21 years old, he was producing great sounding stuff. And now he's only got So anyway, sorry,
so I found the stems for Bohemian Rhapsody. And I was like, I'm gonna take a crack at this and do like, okay, if Queen recorded this today, what would it sound like? And even extending it to like some things I wouldn't normally do, but it's like, this is what is done today. And so I put together this mix of Bohemian Rhapsody, and I threw it on YouTube, and it got over 1 million views.
Woo!
And is it still on YouTube? Why haven't I seen it?
Oh,
yeah.
Please send it to me.
That's what we're gonna do after we get off.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
But so I started listening to this 2024 mix of Queen 1, and I was like,
"It's not as good as your mix." Is that what you're saying?
Did they find my mix of Bohemian Rhapsody and go, "Oh, we need to do this with," because it sounds kind of similar? Yeah.
Did you also see the album we're going to talk about next? They just released a 2026 version of Queen 2.
Yeah.
It literally just came out last week.
When we get to that one.
Yeah.
Did you do one for that as well?
So wait, so where did you put this in A, right?
Okay. Yeah, so I put this at an A tier. All right. So it kind of felt like Brian May and the guys were like a D&D group,
Yes.
and they were writing all these songs about Dungeons and Dragons, and then they found Freddie Mercury, who was not a D&D guy, but he was an insane vocalist. So they were like, "Hey, like maybe you could sing our songs," and he was like, "Yeah, sure." And then he just like sang the absolute shit out of them, like
Yeah.
just completely was amazing.
Mhm.
Uh, so yeah, this album is an A tier for me. I enjoyed it. It's one I think I would listen to again.
For sure.
So yep, that's where I put it.
Matt, you dropped out your video.
Yeah, I'm
It messes
trying
up
to
where
wipe my
we're
mouth
at
as
on
I'm
the
eating
tier
cookies.
list. All of a sudden now my picture's above your name. Oh, there, it fixed it.
He had his
I
dick
was
out.
never gone.
That was never gone.
Always.
Okay. So sweet. So me and you were A, Matt, you were C. So Queen 2. Matt, you want to start us on Queen 2? What do you feel about Queen 2?
Well, let me just pull up my tier list that I lost.
Oh, by the
Hold on one
way,
second.
it's funny because if you watch the game show that we did where they were guessing songs by bands based off AI images, the
Oh
one of
yeah.
the album covers we redid was Queen 2. And a lot of people think they instantly think Bohemian Rhapsody because the cover of Queen 2, that album cover where
Mm.
Freddie's doing this, is like the whole video for
Right, right,
Bohemian
right.
Rhapsody. Yeah. Anyways, go on. Sorry.
Uh-huh. And I got it wrong. Yeah. Um, I wasn't a fan. I love Seven Seas of Rye. It's on my classic rock playlist.
Right.
Um, God, I hate to. It's like delisting the freaking Beatles, dude.
Wait,
I
you're
had to
putting this
delist
in
this
D?
one. Yeah, I didn't like it at all. And it's very pretentious. It's very.
Proggy.
I mean, other than Seven Seas of Rye, yeah, I'm not a fan of prog rock at all.
Yeah.
There's no real singles on here. The talent is always there.
Sure.
John Deacon's bass playing is always there,
I don't. There's a couple albums I don't know, but yeah, sure.
But didn't really stand out to me. I don't know. I just
All right.
not a fan. Love
D
Seven Seas of
tier.
Rye, not the left, but because we have to have shit,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Not much to say. Sorry.
Sanders, where did you put Queen 2?
D.
Okay.
This album, honestly, it just doesn't sound good. Like, it sounds sloppy, messy in a lot of places. Don't really remember any songs that are memorable on this one. I've heard Seven Seas of Rye in the past. So like my experience with Queen was basically there was Bohemian Rhapsody, We Are the Champions, and We Will Rock You, and that was all of Queen I knew for like teen years.
Right.
And it wasn't until like college that I was dating a girl who was like, we're gonna listen to the best of Queen, and that's when I heard a lot of the other songs that are their hits. And I think Seven Seas of Rye might have been on there, but even out of those hits, I was like, I don't really like this song as much. So yeah, I just this album it felt like
Good.
a big
I'm glad.
step down after the
I
first
really
one.
was embarrassed. I was embarrassed.
No, I just am.
But
I was a little. I'm
glad.
surprised, but I put it in B tier as well. But you know what's funny is the Queen fans are all about to click. They're like, second album, click off this video. Like, I mean, Queen fans like our dad's age and maybe stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little younger than my dad. My dad's in his 70s, so even Queen fans in their 60s, like they love this album. Like, and so in my when I was going on YouTube, I don't know, when I was going on YouTube looking up people's tier list, a bunch of people that do Queen on YouTube are older than us even, or maybe some around our age, and they like Queen 2 was like, if they didn't do a tier list ranking but they actually ranked the albums, Queen 2 is in their top 3 Queen albums of most people's. And I couldn't believe it because right? Because to me it's just middle of the road. It's a B tier. I did not love it. I don't know. Seven Seas of Rye.
You said B?
Yeah, B. B as in boy. I said B as in boy.
Okay.
So I'm there with Sanders because that's what you said,
Okay.
right? Sanders B. Yeah. I
No, he
B.
said D.
No, he didn't.
D.
Did you say D as
Yes, he
in
did.
doo doo?
You're muted, Sanders. You're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, I said D is in Dookie. I don't like this
Oh
album.
God. Okay. So y'all are that's super
Yeah,
hot
you're an
take.
idiot.
Woo! I thought I was
It's
having a
dog
hot take
shit.
with B
Not
even.
good at all.
Uh, I dug it. I mean, musically,
No,
I
I,
dug
I
it, but
do.
I also agree with Sanders about how it sounds. So I'm interested to listen to the 2026 mix and if it changes my opinion, because I have not listened to that one. Because when we were doing this, that hadn't released yet. It didn't release till this past April. So,
I'm still not going to listen to it. There wasn't any
Yeah,
good music on
I did listen to a little bit of it today,
uh-huh.
and it's an improvement, but not nearly as much of an improvement as Queen One 2024
Hmm.
is. They didn't the Queen One 2024 mix feels like they tightened it up. This one doesn't
it.
feel like they tightened it up. It feels like they did like drum replacement and made some improvements in the sound, but left the sloppiness and
Mhm.
kind of like one of the really bad things that absolutely turned me off listening through this the first time is how down in the mix the drums are a lot of the time. Like you
Hmm.
just basically can't hear them, and it's a
Mhm.
ton of vocals and some loud guitars and almost no drums. um it's a little bit better on the 2026 mix, but
Hmm.
not like hugely better. So I don't know, it didn't fix it for me.
Man, well, that's crazy. I mean,
Well,
I don't love it, but there is some, in my opinion, there is some really big Queen trash albums that I don't like, and so I just thought this was better than quite a few of them. But I don't love it. I think I thought even me putting it in B tier, because I know because with how many albums they have, you know,
and clearly you're wrong. Yeah.
I am. I'm wrong. All right, so Queen 2,
There we
B
go.
here. All right, Sheer Heart Attack. Sanders, what do you say about Sheer Heart Attack? This is their third album, and this is like where biggest like their first big hit came from, with Killer Queen. Right? This is like, I mean, I know they'd been played probably on the radio, especially in England and stuff, but Killer Queen was what was like the big breakthrough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
what'd you say, Sanders? Where'd you put Sheer Heart Attack?
Yeah, this one it was a little better than Queen 2, and Killer Queen's a good song, and there's Brian Hawk kind of get that kind of whimsy sound that you like. Okay, Freddie's trying to make more of a musical contribution here, the vocals, um, and so that to me brought up to a C. But overall, still, I just not a fan of the album as a whole.
Nice. All right, so
And there we go.
Sheer Heart
Okay.
Attack. Can you hear me, Matt? I just paused because I quit talking.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so
Yep.
Sheer Heart
Yep. I
Attack
got you.
and Sanders. What did you end up putting that in? I'm sorry. You put it in
I put it as a C.
as a C. Okay. Matt, where do you put Sheer Heart Attack?
Yeah.
I put it as a C as well
Okay.
because it's a step up
All right.
from two as far as mixing goes, and it's got three of my favorite. I guess singles. Killer Queen's outstanding.
All
The
right.
Killer Queen's my favorite Queen song. Now I'm here is a rocker. I love it. I love
Mm-hmm.
the palm muting on the guitars. And Stone Cold Crazy. Come on, come on. Oh, Stone Cold Crazy is a rocker, and Metallica covered it on Garage Days.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
great song. It's a great song. So
Well.
I love this record for those three songs, not as a record as a whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna find a lot of that with me. You're gonna
Yeah.
find a lot of that with me.
Sure.
Um, there's not a lot of full Queen records where I'm like, yay! You know, it's gonna be how many singles did I like off this one type of
Sure.
deal going forward.
Yeah.
I
Except for one, my
I
S tier.
I put this one in B as well with my Queen 2, which is also unpopular with Queen fans. A lot of Queen fans think this and Queen 2 are like their top, again, in their top three albums, which blows my mind. I hear that they are becoming more like you can hear the sound, right? Like with Killer Queen and Now I'm Here, you can hear that sound. That
It's still the makings of who. Here they come.
right.
Here
And
comes
with
Queen.
Killer
You can
Queen, you
hear it in this
hear
record.
and you hear that classic Brian May guitar solo in
Yep.
that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That sound that
Yep.
he gets, and Now I'm Here has a really cool classic rock vibe that is a Queen classic
The
rock
hits,
vibe, and not like a Led
even
Zeppelin vibe.
outside of classic rock, some of the hits are
Right,
different.
right,
Some of
right.
the drum hits are just
So
almost new age.
I did dig it more than Queen 2 personally. But I don't think it's one of their best albums. I think it's just kind of, for me, middle of the road, because there are like 3 or 4 songs that really stick out to me, and then the rest is like, whatever. So I put it in B tier. Okay, so this is where shit gets real. Our next
Yep.
album, I have right here, uh, Bohemian Rhapsody. I got it on vinyl. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. I freaking love this record with Sanders saying like his love for Bohemian Rhapsody. That song is just, I mean, even when I didn't love Queen, I understood how epic that song was. And if you've ever watched the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, of course it's
Mm-hmm.
a movie, so it takes luxuries and stuff, but what they did to record that, if some of that is really true, is so cool. I love, even though y'all hate Death on Two Legs because you couldn't get the song, that is an epic opener to a song. That is such a good song because
Because of Lawyer Shark.
yes, because the thing is, their record company did not want Bohemian Rhapsody to be the single, and they were pissed about it. And
This
Mm-hmm.
so
is too
they
long.
wrote the
Yeah.
song
Yeah.
"Death on Two Legs," and they said to their old guy, "We will never come back. You just lost Queen." And then they left and became an epic band because of Bohemian Rhapsody. Even though the record company, exactly what y'all said, they weren't wrong. It's too long. It's not a radio song, but something about it. And I love the variety on this album. Lazing on a Sunday afternoon. Uh, what's the car song? I'm in love with my car, right?
I'm in love with my car.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I love that song, man. It's so good. Like, just uh, is it Best Friend on this album? Isn't that this one? You're my
Yes.
best friend. Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah,
my best friend. Yep. Yep.
yeah. That is a
Yep.
beautiful song, and it's one of my favorite Queen songs.
Yeah.
It's such a good song. I mean,
Yeah.
from the whole thing from beginning to end is an album. But not only is it an album, it's got beautiful songs like Bohemian Rhapsody, my best friend, and then it's got rockin' songs like Classic Queen with Death on Two Legs and I'm in love with my car. Just the way that sounds just sounds like dirty rock, classic rock. It's cool. And then you got these weird quirky songs that really like kind of give you breaks in between those other things. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's an awesome album. It's S tier all the way for me. Sanders?
Yeah. Since we're required to have an S tier, this is my one of my S tiers. I had
Only
it
because
as
I
an
have
A.
to.
I had it. I mean, I'm I'm sorry. Just
It's
like
okay.
I'm
It's
not
okay.
a super classic rock guy, but yeah, this album definitely has the most solid number of good tracks. The best ratio, I think. Almost every song is very memorable. Bohemian Rhapsody is just greatest song of all time. And everything else is pretty much a jam in one way or another. So yeah, this will be an S tier for me.
Nice. Matt?
It's gonna be a D tier. I'm just kidding, dude. This is S tier all the way. This is one of my favorite albums of all time as well. Um, I'm with Sanders for the fact that not every single song hits. I'm not really a fan of Death on Two Legs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in love with my car is corny, but it does. It slaps pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, Love
It's
of My
funny in
Life is.
Bohemian Rhapsody they make fun of, was it Roger? I can't remember, but their first few albums every song, if you look at the end, it says who wrote it. It's not by Queen. It's by the band member that wrote that song. And so I think it was
Yeah,
Roger maybe that wrote that. And in the movie, they kept making fun of him because he wrote a song about
yeah,
loving his own car.
yeah. It's like you write a
So
song. Well, what
yeah,
do you like to write? Well, I love my car. Yeah.
he's the
No,
Forrest Gump of the
not the
group.
best. I mean,
Yeah,
this is what I was talking about with the first album. I don't think I even got into it, but it's almost like everyone, you're all part of the band, man. If you
yeah,
wrote a song, let's hear it, sing it, and it's
yeah,
very evident that everyone just shut the hell up and just let Freddie sing, you know.
yeah.
And this still seems like a continuation of that. The history nerd in me loves 39 every time that
Oh,
comes
I love
on.
that song.
The way
Yes,
the acoustic guitar is mixed,
it just sounds so
it's
good.
got it just sounds like a soundtrack to some historical fiction movie that I would love.
Yeah.
Love of My Life is just heartbreaking. It's
Oh,
just one of
that's a great.
those
Yeah, yeah,
fond. It's got the dissonant keys and the piano, and Freddie's playing. Bohemian Rhapsody is one of the top 10 greatest rock songs of all time, probably top 20 rock best songs of all time. Um, but I'm with Sanders in the fact that it is S tier. This is one like I could get through it like
right,
every time. Um,
right.
there's some skits, but I wouldn't skip it because in the flow of the songs, it screw up the flow of the songs, you
Yeah,
know?
they flow nice. It
But
has
I
a nice
mean,
cohesive flow.
yeah, like lazy. I
Like,
think Parrish was talking about this when we were talking about the Beatles. Like this, I can't remember what album he was talking about, but there's one where like their song choice, it just Abbey Road, right? Like
right,
where every song just flows naturally, even
right.
the medley at the end. And stuff. That's
Yeah.
the way this one. It just it's delightful, like spring cleaning. I'm gonna throw this record on and listen to it while we clean. You know what I mean? It's just one of those. uh, I know that's silly,
But it's
but
true.
it's true.
But it's true. Sure.
"A Love of My Life" is one of my favorite. Love my. It's just some of my favorite songs of all time
Yeah.
around here. I love
It's
lazing on the Sunday afternoon.
yeah, it's
Love
good.
it. Sing along. It's very Beatleish. It's
Yeah.
very Beatleish.
The way
Lazing on a
it like
Sunday
the way
afternoon.
they kind of just change, like it's not a change of genre, it's just a change of
Yeah,
sound, and you still feel Queen in it, but it's like quirky, and the way
sure.
the Beatles would throw something in on some of their later albums, starting in the
Yeah.
psychedelic era, So, all right, cool. Well, the next album is A Day at the Races. I also have back here on vinyl. Sanders, where do you say A Day at the Races falls for you?
I put this one at a C tier.
Okay.
Um, so like
Hmm.
from this point forward, it's basically gonna be how many of
Just
the
wrong
songs
answers.
on it, how many of the songs on it are hits, and how much do I like those hits?
Okay.
Because everything else is fairly forgettable to me.
Okay.
This one has "Somebody to Love," which is one of the best Queen songs. I
Well,
love
that's
that song a
one of the
lot.
best vocal performances ever. And
Oh,
Yes,
sure.
yeah,
I think
easily.
it's Freddie Mercury's best, and that is saying a lot as he is an epic. I mean, what you said at the beginning, Sanders. I was telling my wife this because I was playing some Queen yesterday in the car when we were waiting for my daughter at her practice, and I just kept telling her nerdy information about Freddie Mercury and stuff. But I was like,
I'm
but
sure she
this
loves it.
song we were listening to it, and I was like, God. Somebody to Love is so like it is like
This
vocally
is
one of the
that's one of those songs
best
where it comes on,
ever.
you sing the whole thing before you go
Yeah.
into work.
And
You
my
got
kids know
this.
it because it was in Happy Feet. So my daughter
Yeah.
loves it. She's
Oh yeah,
14 and she
yeah,
was like a younger when Happy Feet came out. And so she
yeah.
know every time I play Somebody to Love, she knows it. She knows it. And she likes that song. And she's got a beautiful voice. So when she sings, it just makes it awesome. Like I love that song. I mean, Freddie Mercury's awesome. But anyway, sorry, Sanders. You put it C.
Yeah, so "Somebody to Love" is a tier, S tier song,
Right.
but it's 1 out of 10. I don't have any attachment to any other song on this album. I know "Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy" is kind of one of their more popular ones, but that one doesn't really stick with me. So
Why? Because you
yeah,
don't have a lover
the
boy?
best thing.
Or are you a homophobe? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So this is the nerdy information I was telling my wife the other day. A good old fashioned lover boy, like in the 50s and 60s, that was a player. So while
Yeah.
everyone
Mhm.
now knows that Freddie Mercury is gay, he died of AIDS, whatever, they want to think that Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy is instantly a homosexual song. And I'm not saying that
No
Freddie
No.
way.
Mercury
Yeah.
wasn't thinking
No.
that, but a Good Old Fashioned Lover
Mhm.
Boy, that was an old school saying for a player. And so it's not
Yeah.
like it's I like the guitar solo in it. It's just got a cool little like jig to it. I do dig that song. But Matt,
Yeah.
where do you put Day at the Races?
I'm tied between B and A. Mm, I'm a lot. I'm a lot along the lines of Sanders as far as hey, continue forward. It's going to be a ratio of hit songs to the
Right.
how
Sure, sure,
many
sure.
songs are on the album. I'm gonna give this one A
I'm not
because
as
I
lame
like
as y'all,
more
so I'm
songs than
not like
Sanders
that. But
did on it. Yeah, it's an A for me. I
oh,
love Tiger Mother Down. I love that guitar
yeah.
riff.
Tie your mother down.
It's
Tie your...
it's
Okay.
it's got pre. It definitely has some pre-metal sounds
Mm-hmm.
to it. I'm sure they weren't going for that, but it rips.
But it rips. Definitely
Um,
influenced
Somebody
metal to
Love
come,
is one of the
right?
greatest.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure, sure, sure. The production was great. Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy Sentimental to me because that is the song I walked out to on my wedding.
Nice.
So
See?
it's very sentimental. It's
Player.
very sentimental to me. Uh-huh.
I was
Pull up
there.
my I got yep. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
I love that song. I don't know. I don't know if I can give it an A. I'm gonna give it a B.
I, I put A Day at the Races at B.
Yeah, B.
I love Fire Mother Down, like you said. That is a rockin' song, and then the
Oh
whole
yeah.
album doesn't
I
rock
love the
after
song.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Nope.
it sets a
Yeah.
bad tone.
Here's a taste. Yep.
It makes you
Yep.
think that you're about to get a rockin' Queen album, and then it's very ballady, very
Yep.
piano
And
heavy.
yeah,
And
very
I
yeah.
know
Yep.
Freddie is big on the piano, and he's great, but it is very ballad piano heavy and very soft. And I don't hate it, but to me, I want more of
Yeah.
Tie Your Mother Down. While even though, like we said, I love Somebody to Love, and I do love Good Fashion Lover
Hmm.
Boy. But other than that, I'm kind of there with you guys. Like it's kind of like and it has the disadvantage of following A Night at the Opera. So like fans that listened to Queen in the '70s get A Night
But
at the
of course,
Opera, and then
yeah,
they get A
yeah,
Day at the
yeah.
Races, and they're like, what? But it's almost like they wanted to go more raw. Like they did so much with recording Bohemian Rhapsody that they wanted to go more
You know what's
raw. I
weird?
don't know. What?
We're sitting here thinking, we're thinking about this in hindsight. But you would think, Bohemian Rhapsody is what put them on the map. I know Killer Queen, yes, but Bohemian Rhapsody is what put them on the
Right.
map, on the world map.
Right, right, right.
So why did they follow that up? Why didn't they have a new record that was just all hits? Bohemian Rhapsody. It's all kind of like, and that's what we're gonna get.
Yeah, I don't
And you never
know.
see that again.
It's weird because
It's very weird.
what is it? What song on here? Is it called Millionaire Waltz? It feels like it wants to be
Yeah,
Bohemian
Millionaire
Rhapsody.
Waltz.
Yes, it feels like it builds up, but builds
Yeah,
up so
no.
weak. It's so weak. It's such a weak
Hmm.
build up, and the guitar solo is so. It feels like it needs to be heavier, like the end of Bohemian Rhapsody, and build up to something
Hmm.
epic, and it doesn't. It's like they do it again, and they
Hmm.
just kind of drop the ball. And I don't know. Maybe they wanted to distance themselves from what a Night Opera was. I
It's very weird. It's a weird take.
I don't know. Yeah, but so I need to now news of the world. So I said something dumb. We say something dumb all the time, but I said something dumb when we were
You
playing.
say it less.
I know. When we were playing our game show, and "We Are Champions" was one of the hints
Hmm.
to a song there, and I said something. Matt was like, "It's not underrated," and he's so right. It's not underrated. It's everywhere. What I think I meant was that it's that people overlook it because it's everywhere. And they overlook some of its greatness with the piano, the guitar solos that build, the beautiful vocals, harmonies. Like I think that We Are the Champions isn't it? Now We Will Rock You is very simple, whatever. It's a cool idea. You are an arena band and you need something that when a dude brings his
Yep.
girl, she can catch on to really fast so she has fun. That's a genius idea.
Or he brings his dude, homophobe.
And so, but We're the Champions. Like, I think it's a great song. These are the two songs that are, in my opinion, I think every other song on this album is better than those two. Sheer Heart Attack is like, hey, punk rock movement, we hear you. Let's play something fast. It's weird that it's not on the album Sheer Heart Attack and it's on here, but that song is like, I love that song. Now, I love punk rock, so I'm not saying it's punk rock, but it's got that fast dirty. Even the solo is not this classic Brian May solo. It feels like this little like bridge solo, like a punk band would do. It's cool. All dead. Spread Your Wings is epic. That's a Brian May song. Um, It's Late is a freaking awesome song. I love this album. I love this album, and I do like the first two songs, but I mean, come on, they're played out. So when I listen to this album, because if I want my kids to sing and have fun in the car, I'll put on "We Will Rock You" or "We Are the Champions" because they can all sing along to that. But I mean, the rest of it is for me, and it's awesome. And only that, I have this on vinyl, and I love this album cover. I think it's like a cool like all time album cover. But look at the inside. This is pretty rad. If you haven't seen the inside
Yeah.
of the album of the vinyl,
Love
this
it.
is so cool. So I dig this a lot. This is my other S tier. It's not a popular opinion by Queen fans standards because they think it's like, Queen fans. I mean, when you're a fan of a band and they get such a big song like "We Will Rock You" or "We Are the Champions," they're like, "Blah, wah," whatever. They think "Sheer Heart Attack" is better than this or "Queen 2" is better than this. But whatever, dude. I think every song on this album is awesome and in their own way. And they even have like some hints at what is to come from Queen. What is the song on here? "Get Down, Make Love." It has a hint of this "Another One Bites the Dust" feel, right? It doesn't sound like that by any means, but the "Get Down, Make Love," like it's just got this vibe of like Pink Floyd meets "Another One Bites the Dust." I dig it. I love this album. It's an S tier for me. Sanders, what do you say? News of the World.
This one was a B for me. I think coming out swinging with "We Will Rock You" and "We Are the Champions." Uh, I mean, those are iconic. And
Right.
one thing I've noticed is those songs aren't often played back to back. Like if you listen to the
Like the
radio
classic
and they
rock
play
radio
"We Will Rock
stations.
You,"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, they always play both of them together.
Yeah.
Like they're never separated.
Right.
And yeah, "We Are the Champions," that feels like their follow-up to Bohemian Rhapsody to me. It's not as grandiose, it's not as epic,
Hmm.
but it's
Mm-hmm.
got the
I
same
hear it.
elements and it just feels really
Right?
good.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think
Yeah,
people overhate it
I hear
because
it.
it's so played so much, and they don't sit down and be
Mhm.
like, appreciate "We Are the Champions" for like, dude, this is an epic song. Forget that it's played for every time someone wins a championship. This is a
Yeah.
great song. You know,
It's
like,
good.
I don't know.
And I
Matt,
remember
oh, sorry, go ahead,
I don't
Sanders.
remember I don't remember like specific songs from the rest of the album. I remember going through the rest of it and being like, yeah, this is a decent album. It was kind of up and down for me. It's you I don't know. The "Get Down Make Love" thing, stuff like that. It feels cheesy to me.
Sure, I
Uh
get that.
and Queen
Excuse me.
Queen has a lot of that like 70s rock cheese
Yeah.
all throughout
Oh, for
their
sure.
albums.
And if that
But yeah.
grates on you or cringe, it makes you cringe, then it's hard to get through it. And I
Yeah.
get and I
But
get that. I totally get that. And there is some that does that. I do it with their 80s stuff. The 70s
yeah.
cringe, I can like I guess cuz I grew up with it with my dad. Like he loved Queen, Skinner, Led Zeppelin,
Freedom Night.
CCR, like Beatles, 60s,
Yeah.
70s rock. That's what I grew up with. My dad loved it. And so I can handle that cheese. Where I start to cringe is the 80s synthesizer cheese. So, anyway, Matt, what do you say about News of the World?
D. It was ass. I love the first two songs. Because of those songs,
This
because I'm
is
a
like
singles fan.
second law with
But
Muse. My S, your D.
but but it is. There's nothing memorable
Say that
on it.
again.
Oh
I
my
get down, make
god.
love.
Oh my god.
I get down,
You
make
say you were
love
gonna
song
S his
pisses me
D?
off. You can't unage me, bro.
I'm not gonna shit on it.
Yeah. Um, it's just they could have dropped those two singles and done something better.
Oh
I wasn't a fan
no.
at all. But I will give a little trivia. My wife said because her mom had that album, huge Queen fan,
Hmm.
Dave the Races, all the albums, and she said when she was a little girl, I used to set up wherever displayed.
Mm-hmm.
and she used to see it, and it used to scare the hell out of her. When
Because
she'd
that
open it
weird
up,
guy,
some
yeah,
monster.
robot thing.
Yeah, she used to have nightmares about that album cover.
So that made it
That's
more
a little,
enjoyable
little
thinking
trivia.
about her having nightmares.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, no,
Uh,
but I mean, I love.
this is blowing my mind
I'm
right
gonna
now.
I'm gonna I'm gonna kind
C
of put two
tiers,
and two.
how many DNC tiers Matt already has, and we haven't even gotten to my DNC tiers yet. I'm curious where we're
Oh wait,
going.
oh just
What is
wait.
happening?
I'm putting together kind of what I was thinking to what producers of radio stations are thinking to what Sanders said about how we will rock you and we're the champions. How they put those together, it really is like they were like, okay, guys, we need Bohemian Rhapsody. What if we,
Right.
hey, you kind of have your engineers and your money makers behind the scenes saying, hey, give them, here's your ballad, your big ballad. And it seems like the two of them together, if it was one song, you
Mhm.
would have your second Bohemian
You know
Rhapsody.
what's interesting? So I'm looking because I know this movie this is not sponsored by Bohemian Rhapsody the movie. Okay, I just watched it recently. But the song "We Will Rock You," right? It says on Apple Music it was written by Brian May. Okay, but on the
Hmm.
movie Bohemian Rhapsody, they made it seem like
Hmm.
Freddie Mercury had the full idea. That it was his idea that he started going.
Yeah.
Like he started doing that, and he was the one that wanted the idea to have an
No, it wasn't even
anthemic
close to
rock
the right
song.
beat, but yeah.
But I remembered after watching that
Most
movie,
iconic song
and
of
then I
all
listened
goddamn
to
time.
this.
And you couldn't do the stomp clap. What
Yeah.
a fucking loser. You did that in front of everybody, too. Jesus Christ.
Hey,
You
I'm
got
gonna
it so
credit
wrong.
that. I'm just gonna credit it to the sound was breaking it up. He was actually doing it right.
I
That's
was
all.
doing
It
it
was
right. The
not. It was
sound broke it,
awful.
but
But
also I didn't do the stomp because I'm barefoot, so I couldn't stomp my feet anyway. So.
that should have made it better. Don't you have hardwood?
Unaids. Anyways, so that brings us
There's a
to
t-shirt idea.
that brings us to jazz. And from the game show, I take this as Matt's favorite Queen album. So talk to us about jazz, Matt. What do you feel about jazz? Even though it has three of their best songs ever, besides Bohemian Rhapsody and Somebody to Love, it's got three epic songs in my opinion. Tell us how trash jazz is.
It is so trash, I put it at B.
Oh, nice. So it's not D. It's not D. It's B.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
No. Now, jazz music itself is D because jazz sucks. But I love Fat Bottom Girls. I love Bicycle Race.
Yeah.
Get on
This
a bicycle. Yeah, I love
this is
it.
the album where he sings
It's this.
Arabic.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, this is saying this is the album where he
Yes.
does the Arabic thing, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that Mustafa song, the
Mustafa's the
opening track.
opening
Mhm.
track,
Weird
which
as shit.
it
This
shouldn't
is
have
the
opened the
album. This
album.
is the album. Well, this he had to do it because this is the album where Freddie Mercury sold his soul to the devil. So he had to sing devil music to open the album to sing about how he's going to hell really soon, and then
Oh
followed it up with Fat
no.
Ass Girls.
No. So
And
he could be woke.
then he
Yeah.
had, yeah, whatever. Anyway,
Woke before
um,
woke, man.
it's part of the Capitol Records or whatever Illuminati. Hey, you got to throw in a hint to the devil here. So let's. I'm just kidding.
Put your God
I
in
really
my
am kidding.
God.
I'm joking.
Oh
But yeah, it was a very weird song choice.
no. Yeah.
It was a very weird song choice. I don't understand it. Maybe he found Allah or something and had to
Well,
throw that
that's
in there.
his religion.
Kind
He
of like
grew up.
Jordan. Well, it's kind
Yeah.
oh yeah, he was. I forgot.
It's not
Shit,
Islam
never
or
mind.
Muslim, but it's some other religion,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that he
yeah,
grew up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I kind of think it's close to like when George Harrison, they all went to India and stuff, and that had a profound effect on him. So he wrote music
Right.
like that. I think that
Right.
was one of those deals. What
Yes.
a
Yeah. Probably
weird choice to follow up with Fat Bottom Girls. What a weird decision. Who came up with this set list? But
jealousy.
the
Because
song, the
Bicycle
singles
Race
on
should have
here,
followed Fat Bottom Girls. Fat Bottom
yeah,
Girls literally
yes,
references riding bikes.
yes,
Why are those songs not back to back?
yes.
Right.
It pisses me off. That
Hey,
pisses me
am I
off so much.
crazy? Because
Um,
Matt, we talked about this with Sanders when we were talking about the structure of an album. We talked about Let It Be. If this
Yes.
album was
Yes.
structured differently, if the song orders were different, don't you think it would be better and hit differently? Because I kind of do.
Yes. Yeah, if it did with Zappa, almost. Like that's the
I
period at
agree.
the end
I
of the
agree.
record.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
Yep.
just stuff like
And
that.
again, Jealousy's not a bad
Uh,
song, but so weird between Fat Bottom Girls
now,
and Bicycle Race.
yeah, like what in the hell? Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. Entertaining's good. Some of the other songs are just kind of filler. But I like the singles enough. It's it's in there.
Yeah.
It's a little. It's like about 45% singles that I like. That
Right.
give me a B. That's
So
where I'm at.
I put this one in A tier. See, and this is an album that you're not wrong on because it's a very polarized album by Queen fans. So falling on B is kind of like right in the middle because a lot of there's Queen fans
It's
that
also really hard. I like jazz.
right, but also isn't it a weird album title called Jazz? And I wouldn't say there's one song that hints or references or sounds jazz-like in any way. Right? Am I crazy?
Unlike the opera, where it's very
Operatic.
thematic and
Right, it's
operatic.
very
Yeah.
operatic. But there's no like, where's the horns? Where's the drums that sound like a jazz
hmm
drummer? You know,
There's the
like
terrible music. Yeah, out of
yeah.
tune and
Uh,
not
but
playing together.
but with that
Yeah.
said, I like the song Mustafa. I like the song Jealousy, but I hate their placement on this album. I also think it's stupid that Fat Bottom Girls references bicycle races, and those two songs aren't back to back.
And it's not followed up. They could have played those two back to back like We
Right.
Will Rock You and
It's
We're the
just
Same.
stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
That's very
But
strange.
Don't Stop Me Now is one of my favorite Queen songs. And the crazy thing about
I
that
love
song
that
is
song.
it was not like a hit when this album came out. It became a hit
Mm-mm.
later. Like more recently, it is on Steam and gotten more popular. And but I love Don't Stop Me Now. Talk about wanting to feel. If you feel down and like sometimes when I'm down, I
Well,
like to listen to sad music because it makes me feel not crazy for feeling down. But sometimes when I'm down and I know I want to
yeah,
feel pumped up and feel good, Don't Stop Me Now is such a good song to put on. I don't know, man.
it's very hedonistic. It's hedonistic. It's like
Yeah,
an anthem to hedonism.
yeah,
Like I'm gonna
yeah.
do whatever I want. I'm having a good time. And I think at that time, I think the band was trying to get them to calm down at that time.
Right. Well,
I don't
yes.
think and man had gone like, don't put this on the record
Right.
and send a message about whatever. I think that was
Well, and
Mandela effect. I heard
he
that.
was getting pretty arrogant. Freddie Mercury at this point was getting pretty about himself after all their
Yeah.
success, and he wants to start. And we hear this album, which I don't hate, but we hear he wants to start changing. He's I think he's getting into dancing and partying and stuff like that, and letting
Sure.
them know what his life's really like. And I don't mean being gay, but I mean partying. You know, it was what leads to the baddest
Sure. Well, it's
burgers life.
hedonism. It's
Right. Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, but anyways, Sanders, did you?
But anyway, it is a fantastic song. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
that one.
Where'd you put Sanders?
Jazz is also a B for me.
Okay.
Has three great songs that I love from Queen. The same three: Fat Bottom Girls, Bicycle Race, Stop Now. One of my favorite bands, Five Iron Frenzy, has a
Ah,
song
love
called
them.
Mr. Fahrenheit.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's got a song called Mr. Fahrenheit, and
Mhm.
it's about how he wore out the Flash Gordon soundtrack when he was a kid,
Mhm.
and then but in like middle school he was, who's a good boy in middle school? Everyone is terrible in their middle school. And so back he said some not nice things about Freddie Mercury at the time. Then he died of AIDS and he felt really bad, and it was about like his regret of the way they talked about him.
Really?
um
Hmm.
but he references the song, and I really like that song as well. Again, kind of the previous one, the rest of it is either kind of forgettable or just like super cheesy. Like Fun
Right.
It is a really weird, cheesy
It
song.
is weird.
Yeah, even the title.
Yeah.
It kind
Yeah.
of reminds me, like, have you ever seen like variety TV from the 70s?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
Donnie and Marie, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or the Star Wars holiday special. It's just
Right.
like
Oh yeah.
someone had an idea and they put it on record or they put it on TV. I was like,
Right.
okay, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, jazz is B for me. It's got a few iconic songs.
Nice. All right. Well, our next album that we're gonna talk about is The Game. Um, so this is where a lot of people notice like a sound starts to change. Now there is still classic Queen. Brian May hasn't gotten rid of his classic sound where he claims he doesn't have any effects on his guitars, right? That was a big thing for Brian May and stuff in the 70s was that Queen wasn't using all these pedals and stuff to like affect the sound or whatever. It's more of a natural sound. I don't know. like they weren't using synths on their guitars or whatever. But this is like you can hear more of like a pop sound happening here on some songs with things like another one, that's the dust. But I mean, man, listen, that's an awesome bass line. Like that's a cool, like that's a another one, that's the dust is awesome. Play the game, kind of like somebody to love. I think Play the Game not nearly as greatly necessarily, but I think it's a great song, like Somebody to Love. Dragon Attack has a sick bass line too. Like that one, another one
Yeah.
does go back
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
back, and Dragon Attack is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
The bass on
Mhm.
that is awesome.
Yeah.
Crazy Little Thing Called Love. I used to think this was Elvis. When I was younger, I knew this song forever. I thought it was Elvis
Yes.
or Roy Orbison. I didn't
Yeah.
realize this Queen.
Yeah, I did too.
And so
I
it
did
wasn't
too.
until I got that 3-disc set when I was in college that I learned a crazy little thing called Love, not Orbison or Elvis, and it was Queen. But that song is wonderful. I love that song. Um, so I put this one in A tier. This is my last A tier for Queen. But I thought it was really good. The changes don't bother me. Now, if I was a 70s rocker, maybe like my dad or some of his friends, and then this album comes out, I might be like, what's happening? I can hear a change happening, but I still think it's got some great Queen rock to it. So I like this album a lot. I liked a lot of the songs that stood out to me, are ones that I frequently return to as well. So I put it in A. Sanders, where'd you put it? The Game.
To me, this was a C. It was a little bit of
Yeah.
a step back. Play the Game. I like Play the Game. I think that's a good song. Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Okay, I don't know. It's not really, but it's all right. And another one, Bites the Dust. It's one of those that, like, yes, it's cheesy, but I still like it. I'll jam that song if it comes on. But yeah, for me, nothing else really stuck with me. I just that was it. And so
Nice.
yeah,
Okay.
I'll
Matt,
give this one a C.
where'd you put The Game?
I put it in. Oh shoot! I put it in B. It's
Okay.
not A because of the
Sure.
reasons you just said.
Yeah.
There's a lot of forgettable stuff on there. B. Play the Game's awesome. Dragon Attack's awesome.
Right. Play the
Another one
Game.
Bites the Dust is awesome.
It's top heavy.
I love Crazy
It's
Little
definitely
Thing.
a top heavy album. Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, I do. I love Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Same thing. I always thought it was an oldie. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was Queen. Also, the fact that Dwight Yoakam covered it,
Right.
and I love it. So it could have been country and rockabilly. I didn't realize it, but it's awesome. The rest of it all kind of meh until Save Me. Love Save Me.
Save Me.
That's
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Again, City like Play Game, like Somebody to Love. That's a great
But
book.
weird song placement.
Right.
If it wasn't a single, it should have been closer in the middle.
That's the thing
somewhere,
about that seems to happen with Queen is weird song placements, and I think some of their albums hit totally.
Yeah.
Song placements were different.
I might have a little insight into that because I learned something a couple weeks ago that I didn't know. Apparently, producers would put the songs that they thought would be the hits earlier because on the outside of the vinyl, it's spinning faster, and so you have more material for the sound that's going to sound quality is a little higher. And as you get to the center, the speed that the needle is going through the track is slower, and so the quality drops as you get closer to the middle.
That's awesome.
That's kind of
That's awesome.
So the song, like each side of the album, the best song should be earlier on. That's what their thought
Yeah,
process
so that's
is.
why you have
Instead
like
of structuring
the
it
ones
like,
that they
hey,
thought would be singles.
right. Instead of structuring an album like, hey, this ends in this this is C. This song is in C. So let's go into a song that flows from that better. You know what I mean? Instead of thinking of it that way, they're going like hits.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Or thought would be
Like
hits.
the
Sometimes it didn't work
Well,
out.
unlike the 50s and 60s, when if we were talking about Elvis or we were talking about Beatles, they were only singles. The full EPs.
Right. All right, man. So that takes us to Hot Face. I hate this album. This is shit.
More like hot garbage.
Yeah, this is garbage. Like I'm glad they said that. I was getting nervous because y'all had some D's earlier, and I was just hoping you were have a bunch of C's. Not this crap.
It's a D for me.
This is honestly delete the album. Under Pressure. Under Pressure should have just seen. This should have been Freddie Mercury's side project. This should have been Freddie Mercury's Vanity side project. What is this? I didn't hear music. This is trash. This is D. Right?
No.
This is
Yes, it was dog ass.
Sanders and What do you think, Sanders?
Yeah, it's D.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Yeah.
I love Under Pressure.
Yeah,
I
that's
wish David
fantastic.
would have been better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So after
That was fast.
I know, right? Well, it's just there's nothing to talk about besides Under
Oh
Pressure.
shit.
I was gonna say it sucks. Yeah.
But
I like Pressure except for the part where David Bowie sings.
instead of
That's
lots
awesome.
under pressure, quiet, we
not-
give ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like the
Yeah,
labyrinth
yeah.
with
Yes.
Yeah.
I never understood the hype. I don't get it.
Little drum,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
He's like,
Oh god.
he,
Oh jeez. Nah.
he's on Earth. Shut up! I'm listening to Crosby.
Oh
Yes.
god.
Shut up! I want to hear someone who can sing. God dang, everyone's on drugs.
Yeah, you
Everyone
Freddie
cocaine in the
AIDS,
80s.
man.
That's
Come
all
on,
fun.
dude. He was the best singer.
Jesus
Even-
Christ.
All right. So the worst. Now, and so after Hot Space, this was where these areas completely took over. They broke up for a while, or they didn't. I don't know if they broke up, but he did solo stuff, and then they came together
There's
and did
definitely
the
hiatus. Yeah.
Yeah, and they did the works. And this is the 180s album I'm cool with. Radio Gaga, I think, is a great song. I think it's really cool. I love I Want to Break Free, and not just because it was in that Coke commercial before, but it's a really good song. This album is cool to me. It's good. This is one, I think this is the first one to see. Yeah, I think that songs were said, instead of saying by Freddie Mercury, by Roger, by Brian May, it said by Queen. That's one of the things when they kind of came back together and stuff. And I think he officially knew sick, but I don't think the band knew he's sick in this album yet. But I thought this was decent. I mean, I thought it was good. There's some really good songs on it. There's duds, so it's nothing higher than me. But I also know I'd be too. Where you put the works.
It's so hard because I love Radio Gaga. Love that song.
Right.
I love I Want to Break Free. We traverse with the Midlife.
Yes. Yep.
I love I Want to Break Free. I didn't like the rest of the song. I just thought, okay. I mean, forgettable.
Right.
So this singles, I can't.
See.
Yes. Yeah. I don't really want to give it a C. I switch those two singles. The rest was just forgettable. I'm gonna give it a C. Yeah.
Okay. Sanders, what do you say?
Yes, it's the same thing. This was C for me. Radio Gaga's all right. I Want to Break Free is great. I like that song a lot. And then everything else can go away.
Okay. Nice. So
C.
Wait, you said C. Okay.
Let's
All
get
right.
off.
So our next Queen album is A Kind of Magic. And I'm not gonna lie, like kind of Matt said it way like, oh, from here out it's like just whatever. But like this is just like, to me this is like whatever. I mean, like I love rock and Queen and I get it, man. They're old. It's the 80s. It sounds like the soundtrack. It sounds like it's a soundtrack to some like Hercules.
It is.
He-Man. Is it a soundtrack to something?
Highlander.
Highlander. Okay, that's why.
Oh no shit. Oh, that makes sense.
Maybe that makes it less stupid, but like I don't know. Like Kind of Magic is a cool song. It's a kind of magic. It's cool being like kind of corny. You know what I mean? But like again, like really, if I go to Queen, I want their rockin' stuff or their more ballady stuff. Like I'm not interested in this 80s soundtrack pop stuff. Like it's just not for me.
Yeah.
I can tolerate stuff off this a little bit more than some stuff, but like it's just a drop off from the worst even for me. Like I said, It's a Kind of Magic is like stuff, but I mean I put this in C tier because I have not had anything in C tier yet, and I almost wanted to put D tier, but I didn't already had a tier. I didn't have a C tier. So C. Matt, where are you putting this?
D, it's dog shit.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, I mean, I don't love it. I like It's a Kind of Magic. It's like if I had a Queen be my best queen, just kind of ran with her, and then the album as a whole is just completely rateable. I wouldn't. I'm just okay. Next,
Yep.
That's it.
Sanders.
This came up to a B tier for me. B as in
Really?
As in not
You
bad.
love Highlander.
I guess.
But you know what?
Yeah,
we
'cause
did
Highlander
learn
is
something
cool.
about Sanders and the Beatles.
Highlander
today.
is
He
what's a
loves
soundtrack from his dick.
album soundtracks, right?
I like soundtracks.
So here's
yeah.
the thing.
This one.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. I appreciate it because like it's very 80s.
Yeah.
Highlander is a very 80s movie.
Yeah.
But also Who Wants to Live Forever? It feels like this is where Freddie is doing a song addressing what he's going through.
Which is kind of raw, like emotional in a way that Queen hasn't been. Right?
Yeah.
They've always been like
Yeah.
thematic through their songs or being more metaphorical or hinting at things, and he's just flat out being like raw.
That kind of stuff, then it's great fun.
Yeah.
Flash Gordon is a ridiculous cheesy
I know
movie.
Parrish had mentioned that he loved Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
And then I felt bad for not including it on this. So.
Yeah.
I know it's not my. It's one of those things not my.
Yeah, I know it's one of those things that if it had been out of my childhood, like it could have been,
Sure.
and I would have loved it. It just never came up when I was a kid.
Right.
Like the Goonies is part of everyone's childhood. I never really liked it.
Oh my
It's
God,
not a great
Jack.
movie,
Oh
but
no,
it's a great
maybe
movie.
you're wrong. You're
It's
both
a great
wrong.
movie.
That's
You're
what I'm
both
saying.
gonna burn in
Okay.
hell
Like
because
I
you're
love,
wrong.
like I understand that ending story as well, and I call the Cobra a million times.
I hate
But it's just one of those things where like,
compared to Goonies.
I never
Yeah.
cared about it. I love
No,
Princess
watch
Bride.
My boys love the Goonies. Like they like that movie. Y'all are wrong.
I couldn't believe it. If you don't like the never ending story, I'm like, I don't like a lot of sci-fi
It's a flying
fantasy
poodle.
stuff.
That was silly.
Bullshit. It's all fake. It's not real.
Goonies is a
No one
coming
rides
of
around on a
age
big flying
adventure.
fucking dog.
Goonies is not a sci-fi thing. It's a coming of age adventure, and it's
Goonies
epic
is
and
a
wrong.
Goonies is a dumpster fire. But you only really realize that when you're an adult, because
No,
you watch
Yeah.
and those kids they're having a great time, and you can tell
Yeah.
the director and the director of photography are just like, oh my God, can you all just settle
Yeah.
down, say your damn lines?
y'all have AIDS. What
I
are we
love the
doing?
premise. I love the premise.
It's
I
awesome. It's hilarious
I
and
get
it's
it.
fun.
I get it. Just not my jam. It's just not
Oh
my
my
thing.
God. This is the worst news.
Anyways,
This is like
Back then, I was
someone telling me
watching
they don't
horror
like Ninja
movies.
Turtles.
But back then, I was watching horror movies. I was watching Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, and stuff like that. So it wasn't really a thing. I
See, and
found my
I
lane
wasn't
like
allowed to
something.
see that stuff. Like my parents wouldn't let me watch that, so that's why I that has a special place in my heart. Like I didn't get to see like
Sure.
R-rated movies until like only time I saw
Yeah,
the
my
first.
parents are going through a divorce, and my
Yeah,
dad lived in a one-bedroom apartment
right,
with me and my
right,
1-year-old sister.
right. So
And
he
we
was
had
like, "We're
back in the
watching this."
'90s. We
Yeah.
were way off
I want
topic,
you to still
but
love me,
back in
so
the
we're watching R.
early '90s, at these apartment complexes, their big move-in thing. Hey, move in with us, and we have HBO. So what was
Hmm.
on all HBO? Tales from the Crypt,
Right,
all that other
right,
Night of the Living Dead, and
yeah.
all that shit. So I grew up
right.
on all that stuff.
All
Anyway,
right.
way off topic. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fun. It's a good topic. Okay, so the
There you
next
go.
album, The Miracle. Song I Want It All. I think that's a really cool song. I think it's a good song. It's a standout. Um, I guess because I just didn't want to have too many throwing everything into D tier. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I mean, honestly, this kind of a D tier album. If I'm not, like, I'm looking at my paper that I marked it as a C tier, but then as I look at the track list and I'm like, I mean, I wanted all about it that really I liked, and so I put it in C, but I might as well have put it in D. Honestly, like I don't really, I don't, I don't mess with this.
We all in D. I'm in D. I'm in D on this as
You're in
well.
D on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Same.
it's just like yeah, that single. It was all right.
it was
It's
alright.
one that
It's
I
not even like
wouldn't
it's an
skip if it
epic
popped on the
single,
radio on a road
right?
trip. But that's
Right.
it.
No.
No, but it's one I wouldn't sing along to, and I wouldn't skip it if it popped up on the
Sure,
radio or
sure,
something.
sure.
You know, but I wouldn't go hunting for it. And there, I certainly don't know any of the songs on there.
Right.
It's forgettable.
Yeah. And
Yep.
so,
Same.
yeah. Now, okay. So I'm gonna put that one in D, even though I said C at first, and I think we're all D. Now this next
Yeah,
album,
I
Yeah.
mean,
this is Freddie's last album that he recorded before he died. So maybe that has a little bias for me. I'm not putting this high up, so don't think I'm about to put it high up or anything. But the song Innuendo is pretty epic. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's a cool song. It's not like Bohemian Rhapsody epic by any means, but considering all the 80s rock that had been, the 80s synth pop crap that they had been doing, Innuendo is kind of a cool little rock song, like rock ballad. Like I dug Innuendo. There was some lyrics in here. The show must go on. That's a really good song too, and it's
mhm.
really sad and emotional. And like Sanders, I think you had stepped away just a second ago, Matt, and Sanders was talking about how the song on the one with "It's a Kind of
Yeah,
Magic" that it's where Freddie's dealing with. It's more real than his whole like it's
Who wants to live
yeah,
forever?
Who Wants to Live Forever. It's like
yeah.
real raw, like emotional lyrics dealing with real stuff and not just kind of like surface level things. And
Like
I feel
he's
like
coming to terms.
right, and I feel like the show must go on is kind of like that. Like, I think I've seen people put this like higher up on their ranking than me, because I think they like want to because they feel bad because Freddie's not here anymore and this was his last album. But it's a good effort. And Innuendo is awesome. The show must go on. I think is awesome. So I put it in C tier because it has two good songs to me.
So the show must go on's a good song.
Yeah,
It's
it
sad,
is good.
and it's like the manifesto to the end, and
Yeah.
stuff. And I appreciate that song for what it is. Hot take. I love "I'm Going Slightly Mad." That's in my
Oh, that's
wheelhouse.
a good too. I forgot about
It's
that
such a great song,
one.
and the music video is outstanding, and it's on my Halloween or horror playlist or whatever.
And it would be really good in a
What a
horror
great
movie,
song about
right?
going
Wouldn't it be
nuts.
good in a horror movie at
Oh,
certain times?
well, yes, I always kind of vision that as what songs I would like use, but "I'm Going Slightly Mad" is one of your typical kind of party cheesy kind of,
It's
you know.
yeah.
I liked it. The rest of the album, whatever, but I really like that song, and it's so weird. Listen to a song about going nuts and
Isn't this the
strange.
album that Parrish sent us the? I'm not Parrish. Sanders sent us the lyrics to about pee in the bed. Is that this album do the pee in the bed song?
Yeah, that,
Worst
me,
voice.
I put this as for that song, Delilah, because he's like, you know what? I'm gonna write a song about how much I love my cat, about my peeing on my expensive furniture, and then I'm gonna meow a few times, and that's a song. And I was just like,
What a
how
terrible-
audacious!
So you found out what it was about because you sent us the lyrics, and I thought it was him being sitting wet in bed, making it
No, I was like,
on Delilah.
now, yeah, I was like, now that's singing right there, is singing about your favorite cat peeing on your stuff.
Yeah, man, that's good. That's good. It's raw,
The
raw,
world's-
right? We're talking
the world's
raw
greatest-
Mercury.
The world raised bliss.
Yeah.
That's what he sings.
My cat pissing in the bed. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right,
for
man.
me, I
What
bumped
did
it
you
up,
actually
I bumped
say?
C.
What did you say your tier was?
Because of the silence.
C.
Yeah,
Oh.
you.
Oh, Matt.
D.
Oh, you put it in D. Okay,
D.
okay. D.
Yeah.
All right, man. So here we are, this last album, which is a weird album. I think a lot of Queen fans think it's a weird album too. It's called Made in Heaven, and it was released after he's dead. And it's like some of his I guess some of his sampled final recordings and stuff. It wasn't full songs or whatever. It's really weird, and it's really bad. And I would say sorry to speak ill of the dead, but we just made AIDS jokes, so whatever. I mean, Made in Heaven, man. I love Freddie Mercury. So if I didn't blaze him up, you guys for making a joke at the end of this video, I love Freddie Mercury. He is, Sanders said, one of the greatest vocalists of all time, definitely the greatest vocalist of all time, and just like an amazing songwriter. I mean, he is behind Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm right there with Sanders too. One of the greatest songs constructed and written of all time. So for really being serious, Freddie Mercury's amazing, but this is not him. He didn't agree to this. They just put this together. I don't know if this was production companies, studio. I don't know if it was
Maybe.
the guys in the band that were let's do the exact cash grab one more time.
Yeah,
this was
farewell. I don't necessarily it was a cash grab. I think they owed it to him.
Yeah, and then they I think they went on tours with people Sublime with Rome, but they did Queen with Rome or whatever. And God, what are we doing? Who? Why? Why? Who are you going to come? Who's going to sing for Freddie Mercury?
It's like Linkin Park without Chester.
What are we doing? They just started a new band with everyone besides Chester. Started a new band. Yeah, and
when Tom left Blink-182, that was not Blink-182.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
I love it. And I love a lot of songs on those two albums, but that wasn't Blink-182.
Right.
They should have just started another band and just moved on.
I mean, I got enough money. You've been since 1971 or whatever. So come on, man. I don't know. But anyway, this was weird.
And then Queen still tours. At what point do you become a tribute act? Leonard Skinner is still touring. There's not a single swinging, red-blooded motherfucker in that band that is Leonard Skinner anymore. It's like the ship of Theseus or whatever. You take the old ship, and the wooden parts of the ship start breaking, so you put new pieces in. Is it still the same ship?
Yes.
No, in this case, it's totally different members. I don't know. ZZ Top, when Dusty died, it's okay.
All right. I have protests against everything y'all just said.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
First of all,
why we do this, for different opinions. That way people only hate Matt.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So first of all, I gave this an A, but because we're required to have two S tiers, this will be my second S tier.
You couldn't have hold around something else for an 8.
Hold. Let me explain a few things. First of all, this album was planned. Mercury died in 1991. And so after Innuendo came out, Freddie knew that he was not going to be around for too much longer. So they were like, okay, what should we do? And Freddie said, use me as much as you can. I'm going to come to the studio as often as I feel good. Write songs, I'll sing them, we'll record them. So he was very much part of this. It was planned. Now, he died before they had time to do a whole lot, but he would go in and he would record him playing piano and singing songs that he wrote. and then he would record vocals he could for songs they were kind of working on. And then they also took unused stuff of him just demoing stuff in the studio from earlier in the late 70s and in the 80s. And so they took some of that and finished it out, basically. And so musically, personally, I really liked it. I loved the way that these songs came together with Freddie's raw piano and singing, and then they added instrumentation to it. And then some of them were only like half songs, like he had a verse and chorus, and then they would come in and write and sing the rest of it. And I thought it worked. Like it's short.
You know why you thought it worked?
I kind of consider this album EP because there's only like what 6 or 7 actual songs,
Right.
and then the last minutes is their producer messing around on a synthesizer for whatever reason. But but yeah, like I thought it was beautiful. Some of the stuff that they pulled from the late 70s and 80s, I was like, why was this on the album? Like this is actually really good. So I don't know. There's some kind of thing that happened throughout that process that for a lot of it I thought made it come together well. It also seemed like a good kind of closure for Queen because you don't want to end it with a cat peeing on your furniture. You want to end it so they ended it with this. He's not alive, but his spirit is still with us or whatever.
Right.
And it's him. Like he's on the album. And this is stuff that he recorded right before he died.
Right.
And so this is kind of like actually dealing with this, what he's going through. Here, I've accepted it. Here's my hopes for the world, that things get better, that people will love each other. And I don't know. I think
We see how well that worked out.
it's an interesting, it's kind of weird, but like I don't know. I think it's a nice little period to the end of Queen. And maybe I'm wrong.
And
maybe
that's
it's
why we need a music
No.
producer on this
Your
show.
opinion is
That's why we need a music producer. Yeah.
I don't agree with this like I agreed with Yellow Submarine.
Period.
I appreciate your speech. You're wrong. Just kidding.
Now,
I'm
everything that's happened since then, yeah, probably a cash grab. John Deacon hasn't been, but they used him for a lot of vocals on the movie, the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So
That's right.
I liked what they've done where they brought Mark to sing with him.
Yeah.
But everything else, I'm like, yeah.
Well, you know what? I mean, it's interesting the things you said about because I did not realize that Freddie had plans for upcoming stuff after Innuendo and stuff. I didn't realize that. So that doesn't make me take it out of. I still don't like it because I listened to it. I did dig it, and so I still have it in my ID here. But that is interesting to know because I didn't. I just thought I did kind of think what Matt and I were talking about. Like they did kind of like, hey, he records stuff. Let's take recordings. Let's take records not used and put them together. I didn't realize he was in part of that plan. That makes it less like dicky of them, But
Yeah.
I still don't. It's not a thing necessarily. So. Nice. Well, listen.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. People watching, both of y'all. Thank y'all for doing this with me because this has been fun. I know y'all love doing Beatles for sure. Although I know you hated tier listing them. I know that Muse was on all of us.
Yes, I did. I hate tier list the Beatles.
I know probably
The
listening
Beatles.
to all of Queen was.
That's why I tier
maybe a
list the Holy
spot.
Ghost. Which one do we like best? The Son, the Holy Ghost who lives in me now? Ridiculous.
So
Ridiculous. You owe me money for that.
Thank you guys for doing this. I did. I bought your book. Anyways,
Yes, you
check
did.
out
Thank
our
you
other
very
tier list, our Beatles list, our Muse tier list. Watch our game show. Follow us on Albino Rhino Music. Thank you guys for taking your time, spending your time with us. See you next time.